Welcome to Find Your Clear Vision, a personal branding and mindset podcast. I'm your host, Lisa Guillot. I help high-performing leaders like you reignite the connection to your highest self and design your life and brand from the inside out. I'm a blend of bright colors and deep conversations, tarot cards and strategy decks, bluegrass and Tribe Called Quest. If you're looking to bring your fullest expression to your life, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, friends. Welcome. As always, I'm so honored that you are going to spend some time with me today. I am going to be talking all about personal brand strategy, what it is, what you need, what gets in the way, and a challenge for you to take on in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And guess what? If you're up for it, throughout the month of May and June, I am going to be hosting what I'm calling a pop-up workshop. So a pop-up workshop is going to be me coming on and sharing live with folks on Zoom all about personal brand strategy and how to embody a creative mindset when it comes to showing up as your most vibrant self. So if you are down for the get down, I want you to join me. You can get on my list where I announce all of the free workshops and masterclasses and a daily dose of inspiration every Saturday at bebrightlisa.com/get on the list. So that is bebrightlisa.com/get on the list. All right. So today, what is personal brand strategy and how the heck do I do it? So this actually came out of a series of events that I was working with my coach on. And then I worked with this concept in my Clear Vision U membership program. And I wanted to share it with you because I think it is so important to follow these steps and show up from a place of you being in intention and aligning with your values, which first off, PS, means we need to know what our intention is, what our values are, and then sharing from that place. Okay, let's start with what is strategy in the first place. Honestly, we do not need an MBA to figure out what this is. It's really taking us from point A to point B. Point B being the place where our intention is realized. That's it. It's setting a plan and a roadmap with milestones and then getting out there and doing it, regardless of how you feel, regardless of the hesitancy or the self-doubt that may set in. I'm going to share that moment with you in a little bit. So I went and I copy-pasted, what does a business strategy mean? And let me tell you the super official definition here, then we're going to break it down. So a business strategy is a high-level plan that describes how a company plans to meet their specific business goals and objectives. It measures performance, profit, and structured goals in order to be successful. All right, long story short, it's getting your intention manifested and realized in the world. It is landing that dream job. It is getting that dreamy, ideal client. It is meeting your fitness goals, your mindset goals, setting you up so you can succeed and meet the goals, the intentions, whatever it is that you are most aiming for to show up as your most biggest and brightest, vibrant self. I've been playing with that word actually a little bit because oftentimes in life coaching, we hear, be your best self, but we don't actually define what best means. So for me, I want to give it some more flavor, some more texture, and make it be relevant to you. And this, in fact, is where your values and your intentions are going to come into play. Like when you feel your most vibrant self, I love that word, vibrant, because it plays with a frequency, a vibration, a high level, like, you've got to be at that level, showing up from that place in order to not only motivate yourself, but motivate and inspire others. That is the cusp of transformational leadership coaching, transformational brands, and creating that transformational experience for your clients, your customers, or for that next company, that next dream job, and the people that you want to impact through your work. All right. Now, you have probably heard the term, like on social media, people go out and throw spaghetti at the wall. I have potential clients come to me and they tell me that their target audience is whoever wants to give them a job, whoever wants to buy this thing, whoever wants to sign up for this program. Everybody can use it, right? As if your target audience is anybody with a pulse. And we know that is not true. In fact, your target audience is probably a whole lot smaller than you think. If you are looking for that next dreamy job, your target audience is that single next employer that's going to give you the job for the price tag that you ask. That is your intention manifested, and now we create a strategy to get there. Who do you need to be? How do you need to show up? And what are you doing each and every day to be your most vibrant self and to make those connections, phone calls, and do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. And by Friday, not feel worn down, exhausted, whatever it may be. How can you actually regenerate your own energy to vibrate at that high level? That's a strategy. That's a strategy. So with a strategy, we want to set our intention and just light it on fire, like level 10, level 11 fire. And that's going to mean something different for everybody. It does not mean throw spaghetti at the wall, see what sticks, and pick up the rest later. That's going to be an exhausting strategy. We're not down for that. We're not playing that game anymore. So to set your intention on fire, to build your personal brand strategy, we got to take a look at what it is you want. What do you want? What do you want to create? What do you want to launch? What do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And how do you need to feel in order to get to that place so you can show up that way each and every day? That's a strategy. Your target audience is a lot smaller than you think. That is worth repeating again and again. Even if, for example, you're an entrepreneur and you want to fill some type of program or a consultancy or go out and do public speaking or get paid for hosting masterclasses and things like this, your audience is not everybody. It is the training and development HR director, for example. It is that one individual that's going to get you in the door. Your target audience is smaller than you think. So instead of throwing spaghetti at the wall, we're going to stop over serving spaghetti. That is your new mantra this week. Stop over serving spaghetti. Dial it back. Pull it back. Set your intention and then set it on fire. Okay? There's a couple ways that we can actually then show up from a mindset standpoint, right? We have got to just get our foundation set. We've got to make sure that we are hydrated, well rested, all those moments. Yes. And now let's talk about how do we actually share our intention from a pure branding standpoint. So each and every time that you show up online, you are in essence showing up as your most vibrant self or not. People can tell. People can tell when you show up overwhelmed, stressed out of time, out of breath, distracted, whatever it may be. Nobody wants to buy that. Nobody wants to buy that. So instead, we are monitoring our mindset. We're monitoring our thoughts and how we show up. And honestly, the best way to do that is to slow down and then show up. So how this looks from a traditional branding standpoint, there are many ways that you can touch these very specific clients to share with them what you most value, what you're all about, what your thought leadership is all about. And I call these brand touch points. So a brand touch point can show up in many different ways. And in fact, it takes People used to say it takes 7 times for someone to get to know your brand, your personal brand, your business before they buy from you. Now it is upwards of around 20 to 30 to 40 times somebody needs to get to know, like, and trust you before they buy from you. Even think about how the interview process goes these days. People are checking you out on every single social. They are calling references. They are having interviews with multiple people. You're submitting not only a resume, but a cover letter. And sometimes you're going in for mock, whatever they may be, projects where you're hired on a contract basis. Even all of those moments probably add up to about 15 different touch points. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot when you think about it. So the energy that you need to put into being your most vibrant self has got to be at a level 11. Now, how can we make it easier for people to get to know, like, and trust us? First off, I want to recommend that you go back and listen to episode 35 of the podcast, Find Your Clear Vision. Episode 35 is all about the know, like, and trust factor in marketing and how you can use it for personal marketing. So pop back there, have a listen to that, then pop back here and let's keep talking, okay? How can you create a experience for the person that you are touching? A thank you note, like a literal handwritten thank you note. A personalized email with a video of you in it. I use a program called loom.com, Loom.com, and I will send people who are interested in Clear Vision U videos of me introducing, some topics around Clear Vision U, saying hello, giving it that personal touch. When I pitch companies on going in to do master classes, sure, I'll send them an email, but they receive hundreds of emails a day. I also send them a video of me sharing what I wrote up in the creative brief, and I ping them on the phone or on Insta, whatever it may be. I am a huge fan of reminders. I need reminders a lot. Literally this morning, I set a reminder on my phone to take the laundry out because I'll forget. How can you be top of mind and continue to remind your target audience that you're here and you can add value? So start to think about, how do you add value? How do you stay top of mind? To be honest, it's probably going to be a boatload of conversations, a boatload of connections on the phone, through video, popping over, asking them out for coffee, sharing an article that made you think about them that would add value to their day. Guess what? They're probably not going to respond. A-okay. It still means that your name got into their inbox or onto their phone list. You're still becoming top of mind. Some other ways to do that through visuals, for example, start to think about how you can be seen online simply using a signature color or a signature pattern. So often when we go into branding, we think, well, we need the colors and the typography and photography, and I need a logo, and yes, sometimes. But honestly, if you show up with a beautiful periwinkle blue with white typography with a gray signature, I'm making things up, and you consistently show up with that imagery again and again and again, they're going to start to recognize, oh, hey, that's Lisa. Oh, hey, that's Shane. Oh, you know what? This is the person who's always posting about creative design thinking and design awards. Oh, this is the person who's always posting about inner child work, because you're showing up again and again and again. And if you start to think that you're getting annoying or you're actually getting bored with what you're doing, that is probably the moment that somebody's going to call you back, because that's the moment that you have made the impact and they're like, oh, that's the person who knows about this. And that this thing is your intention. It's your thought leadership. It is your IP. See, we just went full circle. Full circle, friends. All right, let me see if I've got any more notes for you here. Yes. Okay. So here we go. We've got to set our intention. We got to know who our target audience is, and then share. Share through branded communication. Share through sharing yourself again and again and again. I have got a lot of ways that I break these ideas down in my Clear Vision U program. If you want to take a look or pop over there, you're welcome to. And you can DM me or let me know if you want to hear more about that. But listen, when you start to share, when you start to ping that person who is the CMO, who is the EVP of the dream job, the dream company that you want to work with, you're probably going to get a little hesitant. You're going to have a little bit of nervousness because, ooh, this is a big deal, right? It is a big deal. Now, that is the moment when the hesitancy shows up. You got to catch yourself. You got to catch yourself before you go into the drop box. When you drop into the drop box, that's where your box of limiting beliefs keeps you in a spiral. Well, I don't know if I should do this. Maybe I'm not qualified for that job. Maybe I'm not qualified to host that masterclass, whatever it is. That box of disbelief is going to try to talk you out of it. We have got to step forward and do the thing anyways. That's where thought work comes into play. That's when a creative mindset comes into play. Because when you start to hesitate, you have a choice to make. And the choice is to go to self-doubt, which then moves into self-sabotage, which then moves into stopping. And we're not playing that game. So instead, here's your mission if you choose to accept it. I want you to connect to your intention of what you want. I want you to find your singular target audience. Let's just play for the next month, okay? From whatever the day is that you listen to this for the next month, singularly focus on the target audience and what you want. And then you're going to show up for that person and add massive value and serve and serve and serve and continue to do the work even in the face of any hesitancy, any thoughts that you may be annoying them. You are here to serve. You are here to add value. You are here to make an impact on them, on their business, on their well-being, whatever it may be. And if you don't, literally you are robbing them of the gifts that you have. And I don't want that for you, and I don't want that for them. So consider finding one piece of a branded touch point. Maybe that's an audio message, a thank you letter, a Loom video. Maybe that's picking your signature color and running with it on Instagram and LinkedIn this month. And think about this. You are talking directly to that target audience. Stop over serving spaghetti and start talking directly to that one person. And I promise you, the impact will come. Your manifestation will come to life. That is your personal brand strategy if you choose to accept it. Now, listen up. I want to hear about it. I want to know. I want to know what you shared, and I want to know how it showed up for you and the impact you made. Even if you get stuck, you know what? Ping me on my website, DM me on Instagram. I would love to hear about it. And until then, go forth and be your most vibrant self, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Find Your Clear Vision. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe something we talked about sparked an idea, or maybe you are ready to start your journey. If so, you can find me on the contact page of my website, bebrightlisa.com, or on Instagram at bebrightlisa. If you're feeling extra luminous, please rate and review Find Your Clear Vision on Apple Podcasts. I read all of the reviews and so appreciate the 5 bright stars. Remember, you, my friend, are a dazzling light and your clear vision is so needed. Until next time, be bright, Lisa.